My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Blueprints. Alright, I have drafted out some new meta goals myself, having knocked out a bunch of our previous ones, such as the drawing room's smallest to most gates, checking the grotto code, having a look at the Sacred Circle Clock Tower Secret Garden overlap and seeing if there was any orientation for the Secret Garden that was relevant there, magnifying a new clue, knocking down all of the walls, all of these kinds of things. So our new and remaining goals, as they stand, are getting the Sanctum Key out of the Mechanarium, which it has spawned in before. I've seen it in before. I just was not able to take that down to the Sanctum in that run. A 9 classroom run. The safe in the study, I still need to solve. I need to go to the drafting room to gain new floor plans. I also need to find out the meaning of turn-scorched sundial base. And I'd like to solve the gallery, so I've also put that there on my meta goals. Let's see what we can get done. Going outside, let's not do that. Especially when there's a den to be drafted. Easy, comfy opening. Oh my god, absolutely. I will take a security if you're going to do that for me. Gives me the opportunity to both set up our keycard as well. Sure, I'll change the offline mode. As well as log into the laboratory as early as I possibly can. Yes, we'll log into network Swansong. It's the password. Remote terminal access to the laboratory. And I will set up my experiment for the day. We're out of the blessing that we had most recently, so gems are a little easier than they were previously. Also, in the coat check, I do have the Emerald Bracelet, which would negate all gem costs as soon as I pick that up. So it's possible that gem is not a thing that I super care about here. Each time you find some trash while digging, or for each bedroom you draft after your second, or whenever you draft an archive floor plan. I tend to avoid getting the archive room with its downside at all, because I really need control over what room I get to draft, so that I don't terminate my run and so that I get to look at new rooms with things to continue permanently progressing with, you know? Speaking of permanent progression, each time you find some trash while digging, gain 1 star. I find a lot of trash while digging every single run. And I do want to get to my 50 stars, because I know from the planetarium that there is a new constellation that appears after 50 stars. Conservatory. Conservatory, I believe, is actually listed as my entry in... Oh... I can make darkroom rare? It's a good shape, but I don't really ever really want it a lot of the time. Okay. Ignoring that for just a second, Conservatory is one of the rooms that I absolutely never pass up. In the library, I believe, it looks at my pick rates, and it says, you never pass this room up. And they're not wrong. Hallway, closets with an extra item if adjoined to a hallway. I do have a lot of hallway benefits, so I really do think I keep that at commonplace. I think I'm going to make the darkroom absolutely rare. Yeah. Yep, you're rare now. And West Wing Hall, you are my new dark room. Perfect. I love the control it gives us. Conservatory. Here's part of why I feel confident getting anything related to hallways to be more common, because I've changed my pool hall into a hallway, and it adds 3 additional hallways to my draft, including a hallway that has 4 entrances, or rather, an exit and entrance at both top and bottom, as well as 4 other doors, just for fun. Funeral parlor. Gem prize is equal to the red rooms in your house. I mean, I want to go for the pool hall, because I really like getting the additional foyer, great hall, and secret passage in the path early. But at the same time, I do recognize that what I desperately need right now is gems. I should head over the other direction to the den. I'm going to waste 2 footsteps, just so that I have the ability to come into this room, check if any items spawned in here. Doesn't look like it. But I'm also going to complete this just so I have some additional keys. Oh, this is the inversion of digits. So 20 plus 1 plus 10 is 31. Inversion of digits is 13. 9 times 5 is 45. Inversion of digits is 54. Minus 3 is 51. Divided by 3 is 17. 8. Oh, the inversion happens at each step as well, similar to the squaring. That's what this is going to be. So 8 plus 7 is 15. Invert that to 51. Plus 10 is 61. Invert that back to 16. Got it. Oh, that's great news. Electronic keycard, and I'm heading back through security. So I can pop the security way the hell up now. Hell yeah. Keycard system, please make it as strict as possible. This is very early to be able to bypass all of this. I've only got like 4 drafted rooms. 4 drafted rooms? 4 drafted rooms. Drafting out north of security before I leave. No, I really want to have that 1 gem so that I have the ability to draft things that might cost 1 gem. Treasure Trove, storeroom, guest room. So Treasure Trove is a huge amount of money to get this early. I really like Treasure Trove. It also increments the money that Treasure Trove gives us in the future. I believe I may have already made Treasure Trove literally common, which means it is possibly the best way for me to gain money in a lump sum each run outside of my allowance at the start of the run. But storeroom, it gives me another gem, gives me 2 keys, gives me a coin. It's in a reasonable spot to put a dead end. I'm taking Treasure Trove. I really need gems again, though. Gems are a big problem for me. I need to respect gems a lot more than I do. If I get coat check, I think I will terminate my path here, just so that I have the ability to pick up the emerald bracelet. I mean, that's ideally what I do with the coat check, right? I just find the emerald bracelet, take it, and then we're all good. Corridor, left unlocked. Foyer, hallway doors are always unlocked. I do like that. I do really want that. I can't take it because I don't have the gems. I'll take corridor because we've already got a way to draft out to the north of the den. Do I continue on this line? Corridor doors are always left unlocked. Yeah, I'm going to go up to the next ranked and draft. Secret passage, storeroom, and spare bedroom. Storeroom still has that same appeal, but it makes it very strict on how I can enter the foundation. Reasonably, there's only the tile below the foundation could now be used to enter it, but I'm okay with that, actually. I need some resources. I cannot keep drafting blindly. This thing's not gonna have a resource in it, so I really don't want to use my keys on it until near the end of the run. Chapel. Absolutely. Points in some good directions. Continues our ability to go up, which is essential. I got also 107 coins. It's not like it really matters. As in the downside of it. Yep. Okay, we've been terminated on this path. Indoor nursery. Whenever you draft a green room, or another green room, rather, 2 gems will spout in this room. Or funeral parlor. Gem price is equal to the red rooms in your house. If you open an empty box in the funeral parlor, gain 30 steps. So we have to enter the foundation from the top side now, which is a little bit daunting. I think I will take funeral parlor so that I can try and get some more gems. I don't know if I'm supposed to take the gems now. Dining room does connect a bunch of things down here, but the thing is, it also doesn't really matter that it connects a bunch of things down there, because I can already draft to the north of the security hall. I'm going to take the commissary, despite the fact that it's a blockage here. So that I can pick up these early items, shovel, magnifying glass, and, perfect, some gems. No reason for me to hold back, I'm just gaining all of them. So I could make a closed loop here with the laboratory, but I also don't need to draft laboratory at all. I guess I'll just get spare bedroom. Very boring space. Oh, it has car keys in. Nice. And we get the car keys before I've already drafted out the entire left side of the house. Indoor nursery dining room. Ugh, here's a little bit of a problem. I guess I'm taking bedroom. I don't dislike dining room. It's just I really value the space that the prong, the 3 entrances of dining room. And I don't want to leave one of those to languish. Oh, no additional item in here? Rude. Courtyard. 100,000% courtyard here. And I have reason to dig with my worst available shovel, because ideally, I don't dig anything up. If I... Oh, damn, I keep getting keys and money. If I get nothing, however, I'll instead get a star. So please, stop digging. Stop digging so goddamn well. Dining room leads in good directions as well, but so does Nook. 2 additional keys. Yeah. I mean, I've already got a way to get into the security and pool hall join there. I might as well let that room possibly be a dead end if it wants to be. 2 keys in there. Guess I will draft out to the north before I leave here. Drawing room leads back in a good direction for us. 2 opens. Obviously also has a sneaky little gem in it waiting for us now. Observatory. It's perfectly shaped. Ooh, patio is also pretty good, to be honest, though. No, it's not. I don't need gems right now. Observatory, it's perfect. Well, patio would also have a bunch of dig spaces, which is actually possibly more stars than the observatory is going to give me. But there's a Draxus dead end up there, so I'm... Clavis the key, Farmer's Apple. This one is... Yeah, sale, 50% off for everything today. So I get 1 key, Farmer's Apple, apples are more delicious today, and... What's the 50% off sale? Dining room, and it continues the path upwards, very important to me. Patio would have been good just for the amount of digging, though. Veranda. Give me veranda. Oh, damn it. All of these paths terminate. Kitchen food for sale. All food is half off. I could just go in there and be really bold. Thing is, what if I get weight room and it takes half of that away? Library. I think I've checked out a new clue. I do have a magnifying glass. I have no real need to actually re-magnify that, though. Oh, I shouldn't have taken kitchen. I just realized Cloister of Joya really wants me to draft kitchen adjacent to it. I really like the kitchen adjacent to this wall. That complete natural lighting entrance. Oh, it'd be an absolute delight to cook in here. I'm not a particularly, culinarily minded person. I'll heat up baked beans and I'll put butter on toast. I'm not very complex. I could see myself creating mystical delights of the degustatory arts in a room like this. I could see myself getting deep in on baking. I could see myself, like, whipping eggs to stiff peaks by hand. I could see myself baking an entire croquembouche cake. Oh, it's just the environment. I just needed the right environment. I didn't know that about myself. Tomato soup is 5 additional steps for each red room in our house, of which we have currently like 2. But I also don't want to have to come back here, because this is quite a dead end. It's a reasonable dead end. I'm just going to pre-purchase it, because I honestly do not foresee myself needing more steps out of that. Steps have not really been our limitation so far. Not for a while, at least. Speaking of steps not being a limitation for a while, I feel like I should go back down to security and draft up to the north of it very quickly. Because I have the opportunity to draft very selfishly. Which is to say, I can take a complete dead end. First classroom. I would love to do the 8 classroom run right now. Yeah, apples are more nutritious for me today, sure. The only thing is I am going to need some additional gems, and I'm going to need some control over what outer room I draft. Otherwise, I won't be able to do this. So I need to make sure that I have, like, a lot of space left up near the north. So right now I only have these 2 exits from the drawing room. I'm going to exhaust the left path first. Yeah. Hopefully connecting it to the foundation. If I can do that, we're off on a runner. Do I pick up my 2 gems from Funeral Parlor now? I think so. I'm certainly not going to lose 30 steps, right? The gems are in the white box, says the blue box. A box with a false statement contains the gems, says the white box. The statement on the white box is true, says the black box. So, let's assume that the black box is correct. If we assume that this is true, it says the statement on the white box is true. And the statement on the white box says, a box with a false statement contains the gems. If both of those are true, the final one would have to be false. And this says, the gems are in the white box. It being false, and this one being true, would imply that they have to be in the blue. And them being in the blue would make this false. So that actually all holds together. Now, let's assume that this is false. The statement on the white box is true. If that's false, that means the statement on the white box is also false. Both of those are false. This says a box with a false statement contains the gems, so the falsity of that is the box with the true statement contains the gems. This would be true. This says the gems are in the white box. That can't happen at the same time. They're in the blue box. Oh, right, yeah, we have to go back through the chapel. All good, all good, all good. Just briefly lost my bearing for a second. Alright, drawing room, do your stuff. First off, gimme gem. Your code being 1504. Thank you kindly. Mm-hmm. Cloister of Joya. Oh no. Cloister of Joya is the only one that opens in all of the directions that I need it to go. I'm gonna redraw because I don't want to have to spend 3 gems on getting the direction that I need to go. Okay. It's now a little harder for me to get where I need to go. Maybe I should have spent some gems. Go check Emerald Bracelet. Boiler Room doesn't even open in the directions that I need. I have no ability to reroll outside. That's the next problem. I can retrieve this Emerald Bracelet. I have nothing to check right now, but I might check something later. And now I have the ability to bypass all of the emerald costs on everything. Also, an elegant bezel set emerald bracelet. We've seen another member of the family wear this, specifically. I honestly can't place her right now. I assume her to be the mother of Clara Epson. Catelyn Yari? Maybe? Maybe? Yari Yenna? I don't know. Anyway, it's her portrait, similar to this, posed in the same seating chair as shown to us by Alzara last episode, is hanging up, rather, not being displayed in the attic at the moment. She is wearing the Rogue Moon as a pendant, but also she's wearing the Emerald Bracelet here. Not certain if both of those are necessarily related. Also, I'm very surprised that despite the fact that there is a safe in this room, this is not it. I was so ready for that to just open, you know? It looks prime for it. I now have exactly 1 exit to be able to explore. I'm not happy about that. I don't want you to think I'm happy about that. Did I? Luxury item from the showroom. As you rotate floor plans as you draft them. I've not seen that in the showroom. Yeah, I did generate this. I don't know what happens to upgrade discs if you lose them. 16 total ones have been issued, but I've gotten some and then had to lose them because I didn't have enough steps until I ended that day. Finally, the information that would have set me free. Alright, yeah. Nothing really doing in that book that I need to care about. I need out to the left. I need it. You are kidding me. Look, I'll take Drafting Studio because it's permanent progress that I really need, and also, I do have a magnifying glass, so this is just another gem. It's like 0811, I think, this one? Yeah. Oh, no, wait, there's no gem in here! It's too small! I forgot about that. This is just a tiny letter from your mother. Dormitory, Dovecote, and Casino. When you draw Dovecote while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. I do really like floor plans being able to be rotated. I got very reliant on that over the course of the last couple of runs. Mount Holly Casino offers an intimate and exciting setting for wagers of any scale, and guests may be surprised to discover how much strategy is involved in the games featured here. A buy-in of 2 gems is required for admittance into this exclusive room. The Dovecote says, a towering loft serving home to many of the feathered locals of Mount Holly. As a devout birdwatcher and amateur ornithologist, Mary had petitioned her uncle for years for this to be built on the estate. And then the dormitory says, these small sleeping quarters, devoid of frills and distractions, are ideal for the student, scholar, or denizen of academia who wishes to focus on their studies without interruption. Study and sleep. Rinse and repeat. Terrifying. I'm going to add the Dovecote. Oh, hello. I didn't even notice there was a navigational compass in here. Oh, God. I really need floor plan. I'm running out of the ability to do a classroom run here. Oh, wait. It's the only one that doesn't terminate our run. I needed more paths. Okay, so what can we certainly possibly continue to kind of try? Getting the armory would give me the ability to possibly get torches so I can try and go out and scorch the sundial base. We did draft something from the floor plan. That was good. We could get the study. That would also be rerolls. That would also be really useful for us. Mechanarium Sanctum Key. I don't think I have enough power spots to really utilize that. Only one that doesn't terminate in this direction is Pantry, so we take it. Showroom, luxury items for sale, but it will terminate. I'm going to take Rotunda because it can retard her back in the direction that I need it to go. Full workshop, passageway. Taking passageway. Dinner is served. Armory. Oh, gymnasium leads in the directions I needed to go. It gives me more access. I have to take it for exactly that reason. Gallery continues down in the direction I want it to go, as well as I have to come here and pay my tithe. Christopher Manson made this. Think. Okay, this one. 6 letters. I know all of the letters that can be in each of the positions. So I don't have to test things to see whether or not the word could possibly be in there. So it's a mirror, but I certainly cannot spell mirror. In fact, there is only 1 letter missing for mirror, unfortunately. Pot, stop. It's reverse P, back P. Mirror? It is a mirror, but a P? Mirrored. Mirror red. Red can't even be typed in here as well, though. That's a real downside. Because it feels like the other one was also a portmanteau as well. It can't be danger. Missing it by a couple of letters. What if it is red, but the red is reversed, so it's D-E-R instead? So it can end in D-E-R. So maybe it's a word that is reversed? So what word starts... What is 6 letters and starts in R-E-D? but also can be reversed. Difficult. Like, so this would be D, E, R. I mean, it could be a reference to did I try this? It could be a reference to the Shine. Well, it's not a reference necessarily to The Shining, but like red rum is murder spelt backwards. So let's try murder. I could have sworn I tried murder though. Yeah. A-I-O-U. Red rum, it's got red, the red is reversed. I do feel like red reversed is 100% important to this, but the P is irrelevant in this version of it. So I feel like the first letter should be P almost. So what could possibly fill these? Panda? Red nap? No. Patda, Pavda, Palda, Parder, Panda, Paster, Powder, Hider. Okay, I'm feeling like the second letter maybe can't be A if we're doing that, so let's try another. Pelda, Perda, Pender. Pender? I mean, that's what we already have. Petda, Pesta. I feel confident that this is part of it. I'm just designing around that for this time that I'm here. At some point, I am definitely just gonna take the screenshots of these and just sit and think about them for 3 hours outside of the context of playing this, but obviously I can't do that during an episode. Obviously that would be a bad time. Okay, poster? Pod? No? Pilda, Pirder, Pinder, Pither, Pister, nope. Poider. Pirder. Okay, try the R. Porta, Ponda. Ponda. Okie dokie. So these two, can I open? Yes. Can I get you? Me when I get you? Okay, so I literally, I can't see inside of it, but I can get it. Hell yes. Okay, so red knop? Interesting. So it's just the reverse red knop? Red knop? I guess what I'm looking for is some example of a lettering in it that gives me part of the word, and then, because I don't think pond means anything. Pond, like it's not, there's no reason for me to believe that this is a pond. There's no visual element here that would tell me it's a pond. That's clouds up there. So it's just red reverse is all the clue I get for this, and then I have to fill out the rest. But this is think, and this is ponder. Very actual objective, genuine. Okay, do I have I-N-E to end this with? We do indeed. So then, does that simplify this enough that I can figure it out? Car sign... Tine? Tine feels very common. Cortine. Captain! Cactine, Camtine, Artine? Tine. I need to write down the letters in this one. That's what I need to do. Give me a second. Okay, and we're back. I've recorded each of the 8 letters for each of the 7 positions of this, and as I was doing so, I realized something. And that is that there is a Z in this, specifically in the second last position. However, there is not an S. So eyes, as in I-S-E, a common way for a word to end, suffix, ending sentence, ending word, rather, is not available in non-American English. But maybe I can use that? What immediately came out to me is that it's got eyes, right? And there's eyes in here. Eyes. Eyes. And then genuine? Real? Realize? Realize, realize, realize? I'm almost certain that is what it is. Just from seeing the Z. Yeah, there's an L in the right position as well. That was the one that I hadn't yet checked. Also, it follows the theme of the other ones, being think and ponder. Think, ponder, realize. Yep. Okay, okay, okay. This thing's supposed to be lower, I'm certain of it. It re-raised itself at some point when I left after solving one of them. So think, ponder, realize. What gives me part of a word here? I mean, sin, right? These are sins. So, can I end it in sin? Actually, hang on. I should write down these letters as well. Be back in a sec. Alright, bad news, friends. There is no way to put the letters S-I-N in the final 3 spaces. I can put them exactly in 1 space, and that is S-I... But it could also be a... Because this was not eyes, as in I-Y-E... E-Y-E-S. It was I-Z-E, so it could be... Sin? C-Y-N, maybe, as well? That's very uncommon, though. I don't think it's that. I can't find a position where CYN would fit into this either. So... It's... there. I do feel like the infinity is part of it as well. But sin, I can't put an F after that. I need like a part of the word. Getting red reversed for that. Getting eyes for this. Like, what? What part of the end of the world, end of the word really stands out here? There's ISE, ITE, IDE, ICE. There's nothing that ION is in there. And there's a lot of choices before that. Let's try and lock in ION and see what we can do with that. It's a very, very common ending of a word. I-O-N. So we could have Sean, C-I-O-N, S-I-O-N, T-I-O-N. There's a lot of different choices there. Sinian. Is there anything that can have Sinian as the end? I don't think so. Sinian, Mycinian, Mycinian. No. What else? Maybe Finn. Because there's a Finn in there. Although that's possibly not related. Typhinian. Fishon. Fishon. I want it to just be in INIFITY+1. I want it to be something nail? Is nail a way that I could end this word? No. There are nails in that. Can I put nail in this word, perhaps? No. Rug, nail, sin, fin, ajar. Nope. I paid my tithe here today, and now it is time to move on. I cannot make the entire episode just looking at that room. Planetarium, secret passage, and an east wing hall. I'm gonna take a planetarium. And I have enough steps to go in just to check out if I can see any items anywhere. I expect not. This room is very... I've not had a single item spawn in that room ever. I'm certain it can happen, it just doesn't appear to be common. Office. Opportunity to earn and spread money. I think the real benefit of the office here is just getting a king spot. So if I want to go and change my mantle, because I do think I might want to change my mantle to the rook if there's a rook down there. Castle? Rook. Hallway closet. I think also maybe I end up going back to my coat check just to check in the emerald bracelet again. Why wouldn't I? I'll take my additional gem from here as well, thank you. 0303. Oh, damn. Mistyped it as it was coming up. I wanted to very quickly get it, because I know you can grab that through it as well. I mean... Vault's not bad. Getting the... aquarium is okay. That's largely just so that I can put Mechanarium possibly in a position where it spawns something for me. Vault is a lot more money than I need. But if I get a safety deposit key, it's also the thing that I need the most. For that reason, I will spawn it. Especially because if I do get no control of the outside and it gives me something like a trading post, I'll still be able to take a lot of value out of that by trying to trade my items to generate a safe deposit key. There's just a lot of value to be had. I can spread money around the rest of the house, I guess. I'm unlikely to come back up here and then want to go to the rest of the house afterwards, so I guess I'm spreading some money. Though I honestly don't see myself intentionally picking it all up. I don't even have a metal detector, so I don't even know where it's going to be. Other than outside, all I can now do is head to the rotunda and rotata it. Come on, 4 exits. Pool, kennel, I think the pool is totally fine. Opens in some ideal directions. Each time you dig in a room, unlock all the doors in that room. Yeah. I'd love to get study. Ooh, clock tower. Definitely way too late to use it as a piece of a puzzle. But it is oriented correctly. Is there a timer in here? I think I should go in at least. It is oriented correctly. If that's a thing that matters. But also, I do have multiple tomorrow rooms going on at the moment. So again, refresher, we've got Southward I see a swan, ashen like the sands of the shore, carried by westerly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. And then the first letters of the line are sacred, S-A-C-R-E-D. There's the sacred circle, which we found in the geography class, classroom number 4. And the sacred circle talks about rotation. And it's rotation clearly around a central point, and the central point is surrounded by 8 cobblestones, which are ordered in number. And then the swan, and then 4 total directions, south, west, north, east, feels like it lines up with the secret garden as well. Because the secret garden has a weather vane that has 3 that you can change the direction of, but it has 1 that's a swan already pointing southward. So I think all of that lines up. I just don't know how to tell the system that I think it lines up, or to make it do anything. So that's where we are at the moment with that. Got 2 coins heading all the way up there. Starting to run out of rooms for these classrooms, unfortunately, so I suspect that's not going to be our run anymore. Well, foyer is the only way that the run does not terminate. Yeah, I can't do anything with that anymore. No, it'd be your child, Giariana. I think you're just a generation removed. I think the generation that I'm looking for is contemporary to Thomas Sinclair, which you possibly are. Oh, vestibule with all the open doors. Yeah. Alright, so at this point, what I'm really looking for is just any of our remaining rooms to be kind of rare. Such as, I mean, oh boy, armory would be great. The study would be incredible. Mechanarium would also be pretty good. Pump room. Unfortunately, all of these terminate our path. Walk-in closet's the highest chance to give me, a safety deposit That's what I was looking for there. But in the interim, I will take those. West Wing Hall thankfully opens in 2 directions, though I do have to pass up Garage, despite having the keys for it. Her ladyship's chamber has spawned. So here's the thing. I'm going to spawn it. This is a queen, so now I do have the ability to go down and change my thing, should I want. That is to say, my chess mantle. But what I really, really want... That's your mother when she was a child. That's your father. That's Simon H. Sinclair, who we learned recently gave up everything for his beliefs. Does it never end? This is the spiral of stars that we also saw on the geography thing. Is there any reason to zoom in on this? Nope. Now, the real reason I'm here is her ladyship's diary is locked. I now need to get some influence over rerolls outside and spawn the tomb. So that I can generate her keys, so that I can come back into this room and so I can get it. So, basically, give me study or give me death. Conference room continues north. Have to take it. Ballroom and Electric Eel Aquarium both continue north. Ballroom will take a huge amount of my gems away. I'll take the Electric Eel Aquarium. It's also another opportunity to dig in here, hopefully getting some trash. God damn, can't get a star for the life of me. I need this to be study, ideally. Oh. Okay, trophy room's nice, obviously. Wine cellar, nice, obviously. Freezer accounts. 100%. Also, it's another time lock thing for tomorrow. So not only will I start tomorrow with 16 gems and 106 gold, I'll also start it with 4 keys. That's pretty, wild. Unfortunately, I never got to get into the foundation there. Oh, wait, but I do have a key. Oh, that's hilarious. I can actually draft out there. Okay, let's go do it. Right, we have to go this way. Oh my god. Very winding path to get out of this building. Okay, this continues down. Yeah, here we go. This is about as straight line as it gets for us. Is there anything that I need to worry about on the way? I do want to go to that coat check and check my emerald bracelet, but I want to do that after I draft this room in case it requires a bracelet from me. And I do believe I have enough steps to make that happen. Any of these rooms could have additional money that I could be picking up, but I can't do anything with it. Or that I could try and pick up, but I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Oh, I also haven't used a key on that. You will need a key to obtain the true treasure of the trove. Do I know enough about things in star boxes for me to be able to tell whether or not this is true or false? I don't think I do yet. Green memos you find in this room will always be true, and that itself was false, unfortunately. Okay. No, unfortunately we don't have enough information on that at the moment. That's okay. Head back out through the entrance hall. Did not get the ability to ignite anything today, unfortunately. I know, I'm sad too. I mean, but we're also just taking a huge gamble here, hoping against hope, that the tomb is the room that we spawn here in the outside. Fingers crossed. Damn it. That's really unfortunate. I have no money I can give the shrine, so I'm gonna form the root cellar to try and get more stars. Because it's got a couple of dig spots in here. Whoop, there's a star. Damn. Stop digging up things! Stop digging up things! I didn't upgrade my shovel for a reason! Because I didn't get a workshop, but also, we can pretend I did it intentionally. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. No sign has been found yet. It's the X, Y, Z, A, B, C down here that makes me... Like, this has to be tied into the stations, right? That are being processed through. Search continues. No sign has been found yet. We found the signs, we mapped them to these, we mapped those to the page. The page said, turn scorched sundial base. There does not appear to be a sundial base here. Oh, wait, hang on, I do know her name. Oh my god. Lady Ashlyn and Lord William Epson. Well, I knew Lord William Epson was the father of Clara. I believe Lady Ashlyn, then, is the lady that we've seen in the attic. No. Oh my god, literally, it's Baroness Orave. That's really interesting, though. Because I thought the influence of Araja came through the matrilineal line here. That is to say that Clara Epson was clearly Arajan. I believe I had a specific reason to believe that the Epsons themselves were Arajan as well. Possibly the previously fled royalty. But then over here, we have Baroness Orave. And... is Orave, like, text in Arajan? I could have sworn it was. Let me quickly check my Arajan notebook. No. Unless I don't know enough Arajan, no, that's not actually part of it. Oops. Okay. No other names on here that don't fit the format for the grotto outside, unfortunately. So we got, what, 1 star here? I'm going to go back to the planetarium to call it a day. I'm also going to go back to the observatory in order to use the telescope and an additional effect of the constellation. So it doesn't even give us an additional star. which means I also need to make time to go to the coat check, which is... Okay, it's on my path to the observatory. Good. Because that's where I've got to drop off the emerald bracelet. So we got 2 of the gallery puzzles done today. We managed to draft the Dovecoat as well, get a decent amount of stars for the future. We're also going to be checking the emerald bracelet again at the end of this run. Also, because I have a key card, I can enter from the south here. Which actually, I should have realized literally as soon as I got my key card in... It was in the pool hall, actually. So it was the 4th draft that I made. I had the ability then to draft out both of the sides of the foundation. Right then. All 3 of the sides of the foundation, even south. Should have done that, in retrospect. Hindsight's 2020. Alas. This is also pretty important because there's up to 3 digging spots in here, so it could be more stars for us. Unfortunately, coins. Hey, that's a star. Only 2 this time. I mean, mailroom. It gives me a package the day after drafting it. Solarium might have a dig spot, but the dig spot might have something in it as well. The mailroom gives me something the day after drafting it, and also an additional key from the clock tower. Insane value. Insane value. This is such a sick setup for the next run. Now I have to scramble to get out of there. I need to go check my emerald bracelet back in. I need to hit the observatory. And then I need to end my run in the planetarium. Alright. Let's get about it. There's nothing down here I need to do right now, right? I believe it. So instead of the gallery where I solved 2 of the things... Which, like... The word has to be, like, because it was think, ponder, and realize. Think, ponder, realize. So they're all, like, brain thing. Brain do thing. Keep looking at this last one. Yep. Appropriate amount of the birds. Might as well bust this. The real reason to do that is the possibility that it had a safety deposit key in it. Look, it's a long shot. Absolutely, it's a long shot, but we still do it. Clovis the key, Florialis, Diamondus Major, the slice, the farmer's apple, and the twins. We get all of them because we incremented our star count since we last had it. I'll eat the stuffed wild quail. guess I should, now that I have the additional keys as well, I should go back to the first room. Oh, no, I can't call it a run yet. I forgot. I can't believe I forgot. I was gonna no, I don't want to change away from night, though. Okay, let's think about that. First off, oh my god. Well, now we have as many rerolls as we could possibly need. Right after all of the opportunities to use them are gone. I'm gonna quickly head outside, solve the chess puzzle down south. I want to see if I can do this by memory. I'm also not even committed to actually changing away from nights. It seems very useful. All right. Also, we've seen this has castle. I've got the second line of that text as well now. If I can find it in my notes, I believe it's on the classroom page. Because I remember, nope, it's in the grotto page. And the second line is idiot, IDIOOT. And then the third line, this is reading downwards, similar to castle. X space XR space space. No clue what the heck that relates to. Couldn't possibly tell you. Very keen to find out though. Okay, so. Well, I know that I had her ladyship's chamber. Well, actually, office is up here. Her ladyship's chamber was like there. There we go. Rook, rook, rook. You are. There we go. Bishop is chapel there. Security is a knight. And then I just need like a... Where's the dining hall? There we are. Choose your piece to receive a permanent new power. You can only have one of them, right? Ambition of the Born, when you reach rank 8, you may choose Knight, Bishop, Rook, or Queen. Gain the power of that piece until the end of the day. Mantle of Knight has the ability to spawn the armory. I do like that a lot. Queenside, whenever you draft a room on the queenside wing of your house, lose 5 steps, gain 1 key. Each day you may choose a color. Rooms of that color are more likely to be drawn. You do not have to buy tithes. Instead, gain 30 the first time. I definitely don't need the money of that. And then the resistance of the Rook. You may draw floor plans up to 4 times when drafting the 4 corners of your house. All 4 corner cases have low case count. Because in a new clue, we see something that looks like Bon Markle getting the resilience of the Rook mantle buff. And also in that book... Where are we? Where are we? This is way further back than the book was. Where's my new clue book? Also in that same book... There we are. There's all checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. And the checked corner case rooms were patio, nook, office, and pantry. If I spawn those in the corners of the map, is it possible they have something additional in them? Had a low case clue. That's the part I super don't understand. Low case clue. Also, like, I should possibly get something else, but, like, the one that actually seems the most useful is the Mantle of the Night. So I'm gonna keep my mantle. Though I'm glad I got to look at the options again to keep them in mind. So now I need to check my emerald bracelets, and I need to call it a day in the planetarium. Two final things I still need to do. Although, I gotta say, this sets us up pretty severely for a... this sets us up pretty damn well for a schoolyard run with the amount of gems and an emerald bracelet taken into the next day, as well as the amount of stars that we have. We're getting huge effects from the observatory now. Complete Mount Holy Directory. Reach room 46 in 1 day and in under an hour. Those are things that would need to be completed on an additional save file, and then imported into this save file through the grotto. I'm not sure when I'm going to want to do that. I'm not sure if getting all of the trophies is necessarily going to be part of solving any puzzle. If it is, I'll relent. But I don't necessarily plan to get every trophy. Check the emerald bracelets. I'll get that on a future day. Found my pathway back to the planetarium, and I'm headed there now. It's an 8-letter word for think. Think, ponder, realize. I mean, to realize is also to manifest. There's no way. Let me get back to my text on this so I can check whether or not that's even possibly a solution. M-A-N-I... Nope, there's no F in the 5th column. Literally everything else is in there, though. It's not manifest. I mean, thinking? It's not thinking. There's no I in the 3rd column. TH, though. But especially something for thinking that includes sin, perhaps. Because it really feels like it should relate to the sins. Nothing leaps to mind right now. All right. There's no way it's this. But I did just realize that... Oh, no, I went past the G. I did just realize that Gumption is available. So I must try Gumption. Well, I had the... Like stick-to-itiveness, the audacity to try that answer. There's a better word for that, I'm certain. I already checked in my emerald bracelet, so we are all good to call it a day here in the planetarium. Gaining another 2 stars for our trouble, getting us to 46. We are so very close to the 50th star. Mount Holly's Garden Jigsaw House of Tomorrow. 3 puzzle rooms, 4 garden rooms, but also 5 tomorrow rooms. Hell yeah. We're gonna have 5 keys, as well as 16 gems, as well as 106 coins at the start of the next day. Until then, though, my name's Rhapsody. The name of the game's been Blueprints. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past and the names of the people so generously supporting it are public on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank to. And a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.